What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Blank Frank, back at it again with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about kid ends up taking a dump. You know, bro, he ends up taking a shit in his pants and he left it in his pants. All right, so first he was at school. I think his name is Daryl or something like that. And this had nothing to do with me, just like some type of story I got from somewhere else though. But yeah, so this kid named Daryl, something like that. There was a whole So yeah, everybody was at school, right? And then they had this field trip where they was going to the woods to camp. I've never seen that type of like field trip before, but I've seen it in movies though. But I guess it is actually real. But yeah, they went on a camping field trip, and on the camping field trip, everyone had to have a buddy with them, like a partner or something like that. So basically, you had to like partner up with somebody, and when they got to the camping site, there weren't really that much like spots or anything like that. Like the tents, there weren't really room, and since it was like a whole bunch of kids who went to the camping field trip, some kids just had to like some they would have to sleep on the floor or they would have to sleep outside of the tent, which sucks. I know it sucks. That just sucks though. Like, and especially in the woods. And bro, the woods is dark. All right, the woods is one, dark; two, scary; three, the unknown is in there; and four, is just a whole bunch of shit you don't know that's up in there. Right. So everybody's there. There's not enough space there in there, and the like the counsel, they're not really the counselors, but the principal, I think, went there to teach a whole bunch of teachers, which are chauffeurs and stuff like that. They asked the students who went there, who went along on the camping field trip, to if you're in the same cabin as other students are, then you would have to like basically like talk to them. Like you would literally have to talk to them, have to get to know them. So it just so you can like get the feel of how the person is, or like just like actually kind of be friends with the person, because they're probably gonna do like activities at the camping field at the camp, which probably required you to like have partners and stuff like that, and to be in the groups. In order to be in the group, you have to know the people who you are like working with, and the people who you're like discussing things with. You know what I'm saying? So everyone has to talk to each other and actually get to know each other and stuff like that. Which is just one. It should just happen naturally. I mean, like that's usually how it happens, or somebody introduce you, or your parents introduce you to someone. But that's besides the point. All right. So this one kid ends up asking this kid named Daryl, which lots of people at the school and know him as like the weird kid. You know what I'm saying? Daryl is the weird kid. So everyone in the cabin's getting along, they're talking to each other. Then they end up asking Daryl a question. They ask him, "What is your favorite pet? Not pet, but what is your favorite animal?" And he says, he doesn't even answer the question. He answered the question as a question. He said, "What do you mean killing them?" He said, "Killing them, like real life killing." He was like, "You mean like what's my favorite animal to kill?" I was like, everyone's like, "No," and everybody thought about it and like, this man's weird. Then it was like, "No, like your like favorite animal." he said he didn't have a favorite animal, but obviously, as he heard from that, he has a favorite animal to kill, right? So as the day goes on, there's like a whole bunch of other cabins where there's a whole bunch of other tents and a whole bunch of students and stuff like that. And as the nighttime comes, Daryl, the weird kid, has to take a dump. He feels the need to get up and use the bathroom. So he gets up. And be mind of this, when I said earlier in the video, everyone needs a buddy, basically a partner. If you have, like, say if you need to use the bathroom, or you need to go somewhere, you would need to bring your buddy with you. Basically, you would need to bring your partner, like, literally almost everywhere you go, something like that, right? And this was like, he got up to go use the bathroom at night, which was when everybody was sleeping. So he gets up, he goes to the bathroom. He almost uses the bathroom, but he stops and remembers that he needs his buddy, his partner, to sit out there and just wait for him to use the bathroom, and then he could go back to sleep, which is dumb, because especially if you, like, really need to use the bathroom, then you might as well just go already, because you're literally right there, right? So he ends up going back. He doesn't wake up his buddy. Well, yeah, he ends up going back and he ends up shitting himself in right there in the cabin. Nah, he wasn't in the cabin. He was, like, outside though, because at that time there was, like, so much people there. All the space was taken up that he had decided that he was just gonna let everyone know he just decided to not sit but sleep outside of the tent, right? So he ends up shitting on himself, basically, and he ends up going back to sleep. I don't know why he just didn't want to just go ahead and just take his dump already, and just because everybody would sleep, so nobody would know. You wouldn't get in trouble, and it'd just be weird. Like, you're already there, you might as well just go. You would just shot yourself just because you didn't have your partner with you, dude. They don't. Doesn't even matter. Morning time comes. Everyone wakes up, and they end up smelling the aroma in the air, which is basically they end up smelling his poop in his pants. They end up smelling the poop in the air. Everyone gets in that cabin, wakes up, and they smell it. And they're asking around, do you know what that smell is? You know what smell is coming from? Then they eventually realize that somebody ended up pooping themselves. So they ask, so after they're done asking everyone in their cabin, they end up asking Daryl outside, what's that smell? And did he poo himself? Now, he says no, he doesn't know what the smell is. Well, he said yes, but he said that he didn't poo himself, which is false, because he knows what he did, and now look, everyone knows by now. Like, everyone in the cabin knows. Not the whole camp, but everyone in the cabin knows that he pooed himself now, because everybody smelled each other and stuff like that, and they came to understanding that it was probably him outside. He's declining it. Then the teacher or something like that, a chauffeur, somebody ends up coming over there, asking to see what's the commotion going on about, and he ends up, like, disagreeing with the other kids, and it keeps on getting louder to the point where the teacher ends up bringing Daryl aside and asking him questions and see what's going on. Then she eventually asks him, did you poop yourself? If you did, it's okay. I know it's embarrassing, but like you might as well just admit that you did it, you know, because everybody already knows now. So, and he was like, he kept on yelling at her and saying, "No, I didn't poop myself. No, I didn't poop myself." And it just it kept getting so loud and so loud. He kept on yelling at her, saying no and no, to the point where everyone, all the cabins, all the students, all the principals, and all that stuff in the tents, and eventually end up waking up asking that the cabin that had Daryl in it, asking them what happened and what all the noise was about. And now literally everybody in the cabin, everybody at the camp knows what happened. Everyone knows who shot themselves, who who's smelling, who's the smell, where the smell coming from, basically. So now everyone knows, right? Everyone knows. He's still yelling at the teacher, and yeah, that's literally the story of how this kid named Daryl Lee just shot himself. Like, all because. Now, look. This is the most embarrassing part. When he shot himself, he didn't clean it up or nothing. He didn't change. He didn't go on his back to change. He didn't clean it up. He didn't throw it nowhere, nothing. He didn't try to wash it off or nothing. He literally shot himself, did not clean nothing, did not change or nothing. He literally went back to sleep in it. Went back to sleep in it. Alright? He went back to sleep in it, and he shit it in with the shit in his pants. That's gonna be the end of the video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Get us to 7 subscribers, and peace.